Hi, welcome to the latest episode of the Silverfox Hustle podcast. And as usual, I have a great guest on the show on this episode, a wonderful guest. But before that, don't forget to click on the follow or subscribe button on your podcast platforms. And of course, leave a review, rating, or comment on the show. I would really love to hear from you. Now, like I said, I have a brilliant guest on the show today. Very excited, very stoked to have him on. Now, he's a homegrown actor, dancer, singer, host, lots more. He is an entertainer, period, right? His love for acting started early and start in the title role in Hamlet in the Singapore Youth Festival in 2003, way back. But I think a lot of people will remember our guest. His big break came in 2007 on Vasantham Star. He was the winner, and he's the youngest winner at 19 years of age. I don't know whether that record still holds. I will ask him later on. He's hosted and emceed shows, and of course the NDP 7 times, if I'm not wrong, right? Yeah. And 2015 being his most memorable. We'll ask him why as well.
Okay.
And he landed his own game show called Cash Struck.
Yes.
Our very own Pat Sajak. Very prominent in the theatre scene, right? He has been involved in roles in The Full Monty, Othello, Army Days, the musical, and Harish Sharma's Off Centre. You're going to speak a little bit about his theatre work, of course. But of course, he is very well known for his role right now in the very popular Channel 5 show Kin as Mr. Kenneth Bala, or one of his relatives calls him Kenneth Bala. Welcome to the Silverfox Hustle podcast, Mr. Ebi Shankara.
Thank you so much for having me.
Ebi, I think the first time I met you was in a football match.
Yes, we did.
Like a few years back at Jalan Besar Stadium against the ex-national players.
Yes.
I think we probably got trashed in that
No,
game.
we didn't get trashed.
You sure?
Yeah, it was quite a close match. Actually, I think we won.
Really?
Yeah, I think we did. I think we won.
Okay. That's why they call the ex-nationals. But yeah, you're not bad player, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
I used to play.
Right. For where? For school teams and.
For my school teams, and I
Yep.
also played for like the national youth.
Really? Was that called the NFA then, or?
No, it was called Centre of Excellence.
Okay. Nice. Well, which club was that, or did you play for any clubs before?
I played for under 15 Singapore under 15.
Nice.
So the B team for Singapore under 15.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice to know. And you also acted in one of this
Yes,
Tamil drama, right?
As called Goal.
Right.
Yes.
Good. You see, I'm speaking to a celebrity, someone who's acting, who's in theatre and stuff, and then we start off our show with football. The beautiful game.
The love.
And
But I have to reiterate the point.
What?
I'm not that great a player.
No, you're fine.
I think I'm a better actor than a footballer.
Okay.
And
Fair enough.
And eventually I played for the B team.
Right.
And eventually they changed the system and they disbanded the B team and they only stuck with the A team, and then my football career kind of stopped there.
Okay, fair enough. And tell me who you support.
I am a United fan.
Lovely. Favorite player?
Andy Cole.
Andy Cole, really?
Yeah.
Great goal scorer.
Great goal scorer. I've
Brilliant.
loved him since he was in Newcastle. So.
Right. And of course, when he came over to Man U, his partnership with Dwight York. Absolutely brilliant. Well, let's go back, Ebi, right? The schools you went to, and what kind of a student were you?
Okay, my primary school was in Princess Elizabeth. I think, formative years, I was growing up in the West. I've been in the West all my life, west part of Singapore. You know?
Okay.
It's, Bukit Batok, and I've always been there. I still am there. So the West is people say you come from the East, you're different. You come from the North,
Yes.
West. We're kind of we're different.
You know what? You know what the East Siders say? We live in the Ulu side of place. I was from Teck Whye, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, so always from the West as well. Yeah, carry on, please.
The East Siders always say Ulu. They always say, are you Malaysia? Are you,
Yes.
It's so near to JB.
Yes.
Which is true. Which is an advantage,
Right.
Now that the borders are closed, but sad about that. But when the borders are open, it's an advantage to go down to JB and everything. It's fun.
Right.
But growing up in the West, it's very eclectic.
Okay.
You grow up with a lot of your neighborhood is a lot of interesting people.
Right.
And I was fortunate enough to grew up with a mixture of races, friends from different races,
Okay.
from different backgrounds. So that's how I picked up speaking Malay. So I can converse to a certain extent in Malay,
Right.
and obviously my second language is Tamil.
Okay.
Um, I'm not that good with Mandarin, but when you speak, I can pick up things here, some things here and there.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's how I got into football. Also, it made it easier
Mm.
because a lot of my friends who I played with growing up were Malays, and so it made it easier, it made it more fun. If there was kind of like understanding, union, there was a kind of camaraderie.
Right.
So yeah, that was Princess Elizabeth.
Okay.
A pretty good football team in school.
Yeah.
I was actually part of the musical band first. Actually, I was part of the band, and then
What instrument?
I used to play the cornet.
Okay. Okay.
And what happened was I used to go and play football in all my break times,
Right.
and I would come back soaking wet, and I would get scolded every single time for it
Yes.
until I gave up. I just said, no, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. And
What?
then-
You don't do what? The scolding part or the football part?
No, scolding and playing,
Okay.
playing the trumpet and being part of the band. I said, I
Okay.
don't want to do this anymore, and I didn't have a CCA for a year, and then they introduced. The school systems introduced the national combined schools and everything for the primary school level.
Okay.
And so my school created a school team at primary 5, and I started playing football
Nice.
then, and I've not looked back. Yeah. So then,
Yes.
moving on to secondary school, in Chestnut Drive.
Ah, okay.
That's where I'm sure you know if
Yes.
you're from Tekwa, you
Yes,
know. Yeah,
yes.
Chestnut Drive, known for many things, good things too, especially.
yes.
So my batch, a lot of us, a lot of things that we achieved. I think my batch and the batch after us. Going into Chestnut, I was part of the drama society.
Okay.
That's where it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So did you like want to take part in a drama CCA, or you just were you just follow a friend or?
No, actually, to be honest, I stumbled upon
Ah.
it. So I've always, my mom, when I was much younger, in my primary school, my mom used to send me for speech and drama classes.
Okay.
But growing up, I kind of stopped it when I was like, when I got into football, I kind of stopped it. I didn't really
Okay.
go for the classes anymore. So when I was in secondary school, I love the English language.
Right.
So naturally, I had a natural inclination to want to be better at it and everything. So I was really into literature, and I was very
Okay.
interested in literature and everything. So my literature teacher was the one who was
Okay.
also in charge of the drama society, and she was like, "Hey, you know what? You should try for the drama society." Because to be very honest with you, I was going to join the band again.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Because it was so you have to have a core CCA,
Right.
and then a secondary CCA. So unfortunately, football was a secondary CCA, so I couldn't take it as a core CCA.
Right.
So I was going to join the band because it's something that I've already done in the
Yes.
past, right? From
Yes.
primary 2 all the way to primary 4. So I was like, yeah, okay. And I had a band member who I knew from primary school, who was my senior,
Right.
who was in the same school in Chestnut as me. So he was like, hey, come to the band, and you can play, you can pick up the instrument again. So I was like, okay. And then I went and I saw the drama booth, and I was like, wow, maybe.
What were you inspired by at the booth?
They did a kind of short performance.
Okay.
Yeah, they did like Storm. Storm was the in thing
Okay.
then, right? So everybody was like playing instruments,
Okay.
the buckets and everything. Then they were performing, singing and everything. I was like, wow, okay, I think this is something I would like to explore.
Nice.
And so I signed up, and I never looked back.
Right. Then you wished you feel good about it, right? Right now,
Yeah,
as in
yeah.
So, but you didn't quit football.
I didn't quit football, of course. Never.
You're still playing and stuff like that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So at secondary school level,
Mhm.
right? Were you good at it, as in the acting part, the acting bit?
I didn't realize. I was just having fun.
Right.
I didn't see it as like, okay, I'm going to be an actor, or this is going to be my career path. So, I was in Express, and the natural trajectory would
Yeah.
be, okay, you pass your O levels, you go to JC, you go to uni, and then, so on and so forth.
Did
So,
you?
We'll come to that.
All right.
So what happened was, so I was more fixated on that.
Okay.
Like, okay, academics is very important. My mom has always reiterated
Okay.
the point. So when I was Sec 3, like you mentioned, I did Hamlet, 15-minute Hamlet
Okay.
for SYF, and I played Hamlet. And so once we did that, and we got gold with honors.
Nice.
So I got an offer from NAFA, Nanyang Academy of Finance, when I was 15, like to be part of their youth recruitment process. So they kind of get you to come down the weekends and kind of hone your skills, and then eventually you join NAFA and you study there and go on, upgrade. And I was like, I don't know, I didn't know anything about NAFA, and I was not really keen because, as I said, the trajectory was to go to JC and uni and all. So I left it at that. I didn't take the offer up at 15. But at the end of the year, that year, there was an audition call for this musical called Cinderella.
Okay.
And the cutoff age was 15, and I was 15. So I went it was 10 to 15.
Okay.
And I went to audition for the kids cast, actually. They said it's going to be Singapore's first ever pantomime.
Okay.
Done by Wild Rice. So the advert said, work with your favorite stars like Sheikh Haikal, Jose Leong, Kumar.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, I can work with all these people.
Right.
So I went in for the audition, and I auditioned, and Ivan Heng and Selena Tan, they saw me and they said, you know what, I don't think we can cast you. Then I was like, oh, okay, maybe I bombed the audition. I said, no. We really like your audition, and we want you to act with the adult ensemble.
Wow.
I was like, wow, at 15, and I was like, I get to act with people who I've been seeing on TV and everything. That was really amazing. It was an amazing experience. And the first day out on stage, at the end of the show at Jubilee Hall, Raffles Hotel.
At 15?
At 15. My first professional job.
Yes.
My first paycheck, my first a lot of things, right? And we got a standing ovation, and I was like, oh. And I said, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. That kind of sealed it.
Wow.
Yeah. At 15, I knew that's what I wanted to do for the
At
rest of my
15,
life.
right? And let me say this: you must have killed it as Hamlet. You must have killed it, right? To get that so-called opportunity to audition first. Or to get called up for NAFA, and then being in this.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was like, wow. I still didn't think of it as like a concrete career.
And that without proper
training. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Without proper training. That
only weekly classes with the Drama Society.
So you're just being humble. You are natural.
No.
You are natural. But of course, speaking the language properly
helps a lot.
is very important.
Yeah,
I think
that was really
that's
crucial.
Yes. And how about the singing and the dancing? It came together
I guess it came
because
together.
it's theater and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it also was a thing of like I everybody say you're a singer, you got a great voice and everything, but I am someone who I respect the craft a lot. I never considered myself good at something unless I feel innately that I'm good at it.
Right.
So if someone comes and say, hey, you are a footballer, you're a good footballer, I'm like, no, I can play football.
Okay.
But I'm not a footballer. Same thing, I can sing. And I think I can sing well, but I'm not a singer. It takes a different discipline. It takes a different mindset. It's a different, you got to respect that craft. So, a singer is a singer. I am an actor, a performer who can sing. Who can dance. I'm not a dancer.
Right.
I'm a performer who can dance. So dancers are exceptional in their craft. So I believe in that. So my mom always said I was jack of all trades and master of none, and I blame her because she gave me the opportunity to try out a lot of things.
Right.
So that's how I picked up singing and dancing actually. So I just like dancing in family functions, Indians, we have a lot of gatherings. So, we play music and everybody's dancing, and I guess it's the culture. We watch our Tamil movies. There's a lot of singing and dancing. So naturally, I started singing a lot of the movie songs, and then it's like someone say, hey, you can sing really well. I'm like, okay, I don't know. I just enjoy singing. I don't want to concentrate on that. So I never really focus on singing.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that acting is first.
Acting
is first. That's a wonderful story as well, right? And to hear you say that as well, as in, I can sing, but I'm not a singer.
Yeah.
Right? And that's a nice thing to hear as well. Nice. Now, just going back to your formative years and growing up and stuff, not a lot of people know this. and I dug this up,
Okay.
right?
Oh.
Obviously,
What
I'm a
is it?
stalker, right? No, you hated the name Ebi.
Oh.
You hated the name Ebi. I may be wrong, but am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Right.
Especially in primary school. Actually, it was my primary school phase.
Okay.
Because not many people might know. Ebi is my surname. Ebi is not my name. My name is Shankara.
Okay.
So, my family calls me Shankara. Really close friends call me Shankara.
Okay.
Everyone who knew me when I was in primary school calls me Shankara. So,
Right.
very few people before secondary school knew me as Ebi. So, but
it doesn't help with Ebi coming in front of the Shankara.
Yeah, it doesn't help.
It doesn't help, right?
Everybody calls you Ebi Shankara. So why I didn't like to be called Ebi was because Ebi associated me with my African roots, which at that point of time, growing up, right, I was very detached from it because my parents. It's funny. My parents were still together. They got separated much later in life, but but growing up, my father was not in Singapore. He was away. He was in Italy. So I just had the disassociation.
Okay.
And I associated myself or identified myself as an Indian, and then I realized that people in the Indian community didn't see me as Indian. They always saw me as this African boy. So I felt like Ebi kind of tied in with that connotation. So I wanted to distance myself from it.
Right.
But as I grew up, and especially when I was like, so naturally, because I became a sportsman and I was good at that, and I can sing, like, oh, you can sing because you're black.
Okay.
They throw this kind of comment.
Yes.
You can sing because you're black.
Yes.
You can run very well. 'Cause I used to be a sprinter.
Right.
When I was in primary school and secondary school. Oh, because because of your African genes. So, and then I grew up thinking, actually, what am I running away from?
Okay.
I am African, and I cannot change that fact about me.
Right.
It's difficult because I'm growing in Singapore, an Asian country, and it's very difficult when you don't have anybody who looks like you, or anybody who you can see in the media who looks like you, anybody in the mainstream who looks like you.
Would it help if your dad was in Singapore?
I think it might have helped.
Right?
I think it definitely might have helped. Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah. So things were different, and so I kind of accepted it when I was like 12. I said, like, this is me. This is who I am. So when people started calling me Ebi, then I was like, okay, yeah. My name is Ebi Shankara.
Okay.
And then when I went to secondary school, I kind of fully embraced the fact that I am African Indian. I'm Indian.
Yes.
I'm part Indian. I'm part African, and that's who I am. So I roll with it, and everybody started calling me Ebi, and it was a great stage name.
Okay. Yeah, true.
Easy,
Yes,
easy
true.
to just go,
Right,
easy,
right.
Ebi, So okay,
Yes.
cool. So just went on with it, and yeah.
So have you accepted?
Yeah, of course.
Fully accepted it.
Fully.
Yep. And
In my teenage years already, I fully accepted.
so does your family members still call you Shankara? Or
My family, everybody calls me.
But
Shankara.
is it okay for us to call you
Of course,
Ebi?
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've come to terms that
Okay.
that Ebi is his stage name.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Like his surname and his stage name. So yeah.
Actually, it's cool. Kind of cool, isn't it? I have also heard you speak in a African accent. It's like everybody loved it when what's his name? The comedian, the Canadian.
South African, Canadian, which one?
No, that's the Indian Canadian. What's his name? Russell Peters.
Russell
Peters, right? He has his impressions of funny impressions, right?
Yeah.
Do us one, please.
Oh.
Mr. Ebi.
No. My reference point is obviously my father.
Right.
Because when I speak to him,
Okay.
how he speaks. So he's like, Shankara, you will not be able to become a man if you do not do this. So so when my father speaks, my father's very articulate man, eloquent. So yeah, but when he speaks, he has the accent. So
Nice. That's
So
nice,
it's
man.
No. When I told him I wanted to be an actor, he was like, no. What do you mean you want to be an actor? What can an actor do? How are you going to be a man? You got to go to a job. So
Oh, that is nice, man. That is nice. And have you told him that, hey, I'm an actor right now?
Yeah, he knows. He watches some of my programs.
Great.
And everything. So yeah.
Great. Well done. Now, you are influenced by Michael Jackson,
Yeah, of
Usher,
course.
Maxwell, John Legend. I dug that up as well.
We dug that out. You did. Oh my God, you know too much about me now.
No, and these are all your typical R&B smooth
Yeah.
performers. You know, they can dance, they can sing, and what have you. And obviously, lots of people have heard you sing and dance, and you got that smooth element in your voice as well. Do you mind singing us a few lines from, I don't know, an Usher song or anything like that?
Wow. Okay.
Come on.
Let me try. Okay. See, the thing about you that caught my eye is the same thing that makes me change my mind. Kinda hard to explain, but girl, I'll try. You need to sit down, this may take a while. See this girl, she sort of looks just like you. She even smiles just the way you do, so innocent she was in, but I was fooled. I'm reminded when I look at you, you remind me of a girl that I once knew. See her face whenever I look at you. Wouldn't believe all of the things she put me through. Now this is why I just can't get with you.
Well, if that isn't smooth, I don't know what is. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Ebi.
Thank you.
That
thank you
that
so
was
much.
great. That was great. Now, let's move on to 2007, right?
Mhm.
It was the year of Vasantham Star.
Yes, it
I
was.
think it was the second installment,
Yes, it was the second installment.
right? And you became the youngest winner.
Yes.
Now,
The record
just-
still holds.
yeah, yes, I wanted to ask you. Well done, class. And you were 19.
I was 19.
Going through the competition, or actually tell the listeners what this competition is all about in the first place.
So Vasantham Star is the Indian Tamil version of Idol.
Okay.
Like the Malays have
Yeah.
Anugrah.
Yes, yes.
So this was the Tamil version of Anugrah of Singapore Idol. And I think the Chinese iteration was called Campus Superstar. No, I think
I'm not
it
sure
was
myself.
Superstar, yeah. So yeah, so Vasantham Star, the second installment. The first winner was Shabir,
Yes.
and I was the second winner. And they've gone on to have four other installments.
Mm.
Yeah, so there are four other winners. 2007, I was 19. My third year in NAFA.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in NAFA. So eventually, I went to NAFA.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I guess you'll ask me how
Yeah,
that happened.
okay.
I'll leave that for later
Okay,
when you ask me.
Sure, sure.
So yeah, I was in my third year in my diploma, and my aunt said, you know, my aunt, right, my mom's eldest sister. My mom has two elder sisters, so her second eldest sister, who lives with me. She's the one who kind of brought me up all my life.
Okay.
She's got this knack of always telling me the things that I tend to brush off, but eventually find success from. Because she was the one who, and she reads the newspaper every day. So she was the one who found the audition for Wild Rice's musical
Okay.
when I was 15.
Okay.
And she said, go and audition. And I was like, okay, I went. And she was the same person who said, no, why don't you go and join Vasantham Star? I was like, not interested. I don't want to do it. You know, I got other things happening. She's like, no, just go and try. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll think about it. So it was a Saturday. The audition was on a Saturday. And it was supposed to be a Saturday and a Sunday. So I had already signed up for a job, actually, a short gig at the Arts House. And it ended really quick. I didn't expect it to end that quick. You know, it was good.
Yeah.
And we finished fast. And I had time. So I was like, what shall we do? Should I go? I was like, you know what? Just go and try. So I just took a cab down to Caldecott, and I was like, I had no intention to go. I was like, yeah, okay, you know, I didn't tell anybody. So I just went. I went, and I did the audition, and I got through. And I was like, oh, okay, wow. And then I went home, and I told him.
What did you do for the audition?
I sang 2 songs, actually.
But it's not only a singing. Is it only a singing
Yeah,
contest?
it's
It
a-
is.
it's a
Okay,
solo
right. So you,
singing
okay.
audition. I brought the performative element in, but yeah, it's a singing competition,
right.
so yeah.
Okay.
And so I went back home and I told everybody. Everybody was like, "Oh, okay, fantastic. Be serious about it." And I'm like, "Yeah." So I have to admit, there were only 2 points in Vasantham Star that I was like, okay, wow, I'm doing this. I got to be serious about it. All the other times I was just enjoying the journey. I was just honestly just enjoying the journey. If I got out, I got out. You know, I'm just happy to be here.
Yes.
So the second time when I had to go for the second round of auditions before they select the final 10, I was serious then. I was like, okay, better be serious about this. And then once I got into the final 10, I was just enjoying the journey, just enjoying being there, enjoying being on TV every single week, and people's, the fame, when you're young, you get famous people recognize you, people come up to you, and they're like, and then you're like, wow, okay, hello, and the next time I was actually serious, was the finals. So I said, okay, I'm in the finals now. I owe it to the people who trusted me and placed me in this position. I should do my best. So I gave it my best, and the rest is history.
A rough gauge. How many people auditioned for that? Roughly, a rough?
I think about 400.
400.
Yeah, and then they cut everyone down to the final 40 people.
Listen, to come away, and we talk even about Singapore Idol and stuff like that, right? It's tough, right? Out of 400, and you don't want to be a judge. Seriously, how do you just pick them out? And what you said that you just wanted to have fun, and only at 2 points that you took it seriously. That was being serious. But at any point, do you think that, hey, I think I'm going to win this? Not having fun and being serious, but at any point do you think, hey, I think this could be it?
No.
Never?
No. I was young. I was 19. I was just having fun. Honestly, I just enjoyed the journey. I didn't think much about it.
Who were you up against? Who finished second, third? Do you recall?
Second was this singer. His name is Dinesh. Fantastic singer. Actually, to be very honest with you, singing wise, like technical singing wise, I think he was the better.
What's
singer.
his name again? Sorry.
Dinesh.
Okay.
He was the better singer.
Okay.
But I think that I also had the performative element.
Okay.
So I guess that kind of edged me out.
It was a whole package, right? It must have been so.
Like, we're really good friends till this very day.
Okay. And anyone in that your group, that batch, still performing?
Actually, my batch had and has the most number of people who are still active on Vasantham.
Right. And I'm sure you all are still friends, and you make friends out of this kind of competitions.
Most of us.
Lovely, that's great. So, when you won it, how did it feel? And seriously, you got to thank your aunt for that. Right?
Yes, I thank her every day.
Shout out to her. She is one of the best, right? to get you here. What was the feeling like when you won it?
I was just like, oh, thank God this is over. The first feeling I had, because it was really stressful.
I can imagine.
I was doing this every single week for 3 months. Yeah. So it was about 13 weeks. Yeah. It was 13 weeks. Yeah, about 3 months. Wow. Now thinking about it, it's like, wow, yeah. So it was a long process, and every week we were doing something. Every week we were in rehearsals, choosing the song, practicing it. And I still had to go to school,
Did you go? Or
yeah, I went to school.
Did you
every
skip
day.
school?
No, never skipped school.
Yeah.
I went to school in the morning, came in the evenings to practice at Mediacorp, at Caldecott, And that's why I was like, I think you can see it in my face. There's a winning clip on YouTube. And my face, I just go, I'm like, wow. It was like,
yes.
And then it sunk in, like, oh, wow. And I think it didn't sink in until like a few days after, like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah.
That must have been really amazing, and it's the pressure as well. Like every single, and it's and clocking in the hours as well.
Yeah.
And
it was live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't make a mistake.
You can't make a mistake.
Oh, you can, but
you can, but you're gonna get penalized.
Right. Oh, that must have been amazing. Just sidetrack a bit. How do you get to NAFA?
So secondary school. I did well for my prelims.
Okay.
For O's, for my O levels, and then I failed my maths in when O levels.
The O levels itself, yeah.
I passed everything except for my mathematics. I was never good at maths to begin with.
Right.
but I didn't expect to fail. So that kind of set me up for something really new, because I had not looked at any poly courses at all. Because I was so fixated I was going to go to JC.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So then so when I failed maths, I was like, oh. Then I had a couple of poly courses there, and I was like, oh no, but I don't even know if I want to do this course, because it felt so definite.
Yeah.
You know, going to
Yeah.
poly and taking a course, and it felt so fixed. Like, this is what I have to do for the rest of my life if I take this.
But you needed maths in poly, isn't it? Like most of the courses.
If most like the engineering course and
Yeah.
everything. I mean, they are willing to
Yeah. Okay.
to take you, because I passed everything else, and
Yeah,
my grades were quite good
Right,
for
right.
everything else except for maths.
Right.
And so I was like, okay. Obviously, you don't get the top courses,
Yeah.
because but you do get some courses and everything.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know if I want to go into. I got horticulture and landscape architecture was one of the courses, and that was the only course that I thought, okay, interesting, but
No.
I don't know what I'm gonna do. And then I just was just hovering, thinking what I'm gonna do, and then my drama facilitator in secondary school, she said, hey, why don't you audition for LaSalle or NAFA? I was like, oh, I didn't even know that it was
Yeah.
a thing.
Okay.
He said, yeah, go get your diploma, go to drama school, and see what you can do. So I had to convince my mom. My mom always felt that, okay, my son has this talent, but she's like any parent,
She wanted to take the proper route.
get your academics down, get something done. So I tell my mom, if I went to drama school, I can become a drama teacher in the future. If I decide to go to university and pursue something else, I can graduate with a literature degree and everything, become a teacher. So
Yeah.
that I had to sell that
Okay.
idea.
Okay.
And then she was like, okay. And so I went into NAFA. I auditioned for both LaSalle and NAFA. I think I got into both, if I'm not wrong. But NAFA came in with a scholarship.
Right.
They offered me a scholarship.
Right.
And so I took it, because free education.
And,
And it helped. It's going to help my mom a lot. So I did my scholarship for 3 years, and I learned a lot. Amazing experience in NAFA, and I went on to take my degree in NAFA too.
Okay. Okay.
But NAFA was like it was in affiliation with, my degree and the syllabus and the training was from the university in UK.
Okay.
From the University of Essex. But NAFA was like the holding school,
Okay.
the school that kind of
Yeah.
facilitated
Yes.
everything. So, yeah.
So, it's amazing, isn't it? Like everything happens for a reason. I always think that way.
Yeah.
At least in my thinking, everything happens for a reason, and well, you failed maths for a reason.
I guess so.
Yeah, it's good to fail maths. Oh no, sorry.
No, I don't think.
Yeah, but
yeah.
things turned out
Pretty well.
pretty
Yeah.
well. Stardom
Mhm.
after Vasantham. I'm sure you've got like your stories of people coming up to you,
Yeah.
autographs and stuff like that. How was that? Was it difficult to take? Like it's a new thing, right?
At 19, at 20, it was amazing, right? The
Yeah.
feeling was, wow. But I had already been, I had already done 2 theatre professional. I've already been working
Yeah.
as a professional theatre actor.
Okay.
Semi-professional, because I was still studying and everything, but I was doing some professional work outside. So theatre kind of grounds you, and the people in theatre, especially the directors and the people who mentor you, are very firm and hard and are very strict in being disciplined
Right.
and not being taken in by fame. So I think if I didn't have that experience, I wouldn't be who I am now, because I think I would have been taken in by the hype. I would have believed in the hype, and
Okay.
I think I would not have. I would not have put in the work required to, I guess, be in this position.
Right.
So
right.
I'm very thankful, because after a while, like anything, fame kind of fades away, and if you get taken in by it, and if that's what motivates you, you're going to be very disappointed,
Right.
because people forget. It's true, time does that. People forget, and that's why as an artist got to constantly stay relevant.
Okay.
So I think my advantage and something that because I had my theatre background, that I never got taken into the hype. I respected the people who till this day support me, till this day come up to me and say, you know, I supported you when you were in Vasantham Star. I respect them, and they're always in my thoughts, and I always feel like, you know, I owe them, and I owe even anything, like even now fans who come up for Kin and say, you know, wow, you're doing a good job and everything. If we don't have these people who are watching me, who are paying attention to whatever I'm doing, I won't be where I am. So I owe a lot of that to them, and I respect them. It's become think of respect more than about me,
Yeah.
right? About me being famous. So yeah, I'm thankful for that.
Nice. Listeners listening in, that's Ebi Shankara. It's showing gratitude. That's amazing. Any stalker story, my friend?
Ha, yeah. After winning Vasantham Star, there were a couple of stalkers, but I mean,
A couple of stalkers.
yeah,
Right.
but most of them were like, you know, like just very starstruck and everything.
Yeah.
So then, you know, when after a while they just,
Yeah.
you know, disappear. There's this one, and I think this one person, multiple other artists have been affected by this one.
Same person.
Yeah, this one lady who tends to constantly stalk you, you know, send you stuff
Where?
on social media
Okay.
and everything, yeah, unsavory stuff and everything. So yeah, but it stopped because people block this person and everything. But I feel that the person, for all the niceties, I think the person is a little bit unstable. So
Okay.
you know, we have to respect that boundary and also handle it a certain way.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, this is a serious question. Now, after the win, right,
Mhm.
was there pressure on you to, because you are the Vasantham Star,
Mhm.
and then obviously you're going to get roles.
Mm.
Was there pressure to perform and back it up because you're the winner, right?
Mhm.
Was there pressure, fear?
Honest answer?
Yeah.
No. I never felt the pressure. I never felt fear. One thing about me was, I think from a very young age, I don't have stage fright, and
Okay.
I don't. So I guess that kind of trickled down into the whole experience of expectations also. I don't have fear with regards to that. I fear for a lot of other things. I'm a very fearful person for a lot of other things.
Like
but,
what?
like life in general.
Okay.
But you know, of fear of failure. I've got fear of failure, which is something that I've tried to overcome as I get older.
Failure, as in
In my own goals, like if I've pitched myself to achieve something and I don't achieve it, I sometimes tend to, as a much younger now, as I've grown older, I've learned how to tweak my mindset. I always see it as, oh, if I don't achieve what I've set out to do, it's a failure. I didn't do, opposed to seeing how their journey has transformed me, or the good things that I've gotten from their journey. So now I've kind of changed my perspective to say that if something didn't work out, it didn't work out. It's not the end of the world. Get up and go and do something else. So, you know, don't be so fixated on. And it's also the linear version of success, right?
Okay.
You know, I think it's a very Asian thing that we are drilled to, like, if you don't have this,
okay.
you are a failure.
Okay.
You know, you have failed. So I think as I've grown older, I've started breaking away from the mindset. And people don't expect artists to have it, but I think Asian artists also have it. You know, we're in Asia. Our fundamentals are always going to be with us. You know, with the Asian upbringing of what success is.
Yeah.
You know, but I think hopefully I've broken from it. It's a journey. It's a process that I'm still going through. I get better at it every day. So, but yeah, I've never been pressured. I mean, naturally, people expected me to do something within the music community and everything, but that was not who I was. I did Vasantham Star. It's a part of me. You know, singing is a part. It's the many facets that I have.
Yeah.
I consider myself. It took me very long to even say. I always call myself a theatre practitioner.
Okay.
Because to call yourself an actor, you have to. I think. You have to feel it inside that you've done something. Even now, I feel very ashamed. Not ashamed, but I feel very. I've not achieved a lot to call myself an actor. I feel personally. Maybe others feel differently about me, but I feel like, you know. So I'm very self-critical. So I would not say. That's why I say I sing, but I'm not a singer. So I never felt pressure, but and to become a singer because I won Vasantham Star. So I went in a different trajectory. So I went, I went into more performing arts to want to perform, being an actor and everything, and I did a lot of musicals. So, sorry, in that I explored my singing avenue and everything. So yeah, I think I'm quite laid back in that sense. I never felt like, oh, I have to be a certain way. I'm a celebrity. Or I have to wear a certain way. I have to talk a certain way. No, I just believe that being grounded, being humble, being thankful for the opportunities that have been presented to you, hard work, luck plays a lot. To be lucky, it's a whole new ball game. Hard work and luck, and will always will never natural talent will never be anything without the hard work, and obviously a little bit of luck will then propel you further. So
you just did an advert for my podcast, right?
Oh
yeah, the Silverfox Hustle podcast is all about that. It's I didn't pay you for that, right?
No,
that was excellent.
No.
no, but seriously, I think that is great because you can be as talented as whatever.
Yeah.
But if you don't work at it, I think just one example is Ronaldo. We talk about football.
I was just going to say Ronaldo, and you came.
He may not be the most natural if you compare him to Messi, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he works hard. I think he doesn't sleep, right? He is crazy.
Yeah.
So that's
and
just
Ronaldo looks like he can play for another 10
correct.
years.
The way he's and two things that I picked up from that as well. One thing is you're comfortable with yourself, so and you don't fear anything. So you're in terms of not being there's no stage fright or anything like that. It comes naturally to you, and you like being in that position. And the other thing is, like, I think it's a good thing as well if you have fear of failure. That it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But there's many ways to skin a cat. Like, there's many ways to get to so you are doing it a different way.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So that's great. Your acting gigs followed right after Vasantham.
It opened a lot of doors.
Yeah, especially on Vasantham. Which was your favorite role, and why?
On Vasantham?
Yeah, on Vasantham.
On Vasantham, I have not done many acting gigs on Vasantham because I predominantly do more theatre and then English stuff. But the acting gigs on Vasantham are very memorable because I don't do many.
Nice.
When I do it, I enjoy it. So obviously the one that everyone remembers me for is where I played the footballer in Goal.
Yeah.
I was so young. Honest truth is, I cannot remember.
And you had your afro on.
I had my fro. Yes, I had my fro.
Right.
I was in NAFA at the time.
Okay.
So I had my fro and everything. I honestly cannot remember how I felt then. I can't.
Okay.
For the life of me, I can't. But I can remember the process was amazing.
Okay.
And I enjoyed every single minute of it. But I cannot remember how I felt at that point of time. But if there's a role, that's the role that everybody remembers me for.
Right.
But the role that I really enjoyed doing was this drama called Vasantham Star, directed by Frames, Mr. Veera from Frames. I played a doctor, and I really enjoyed that role. That was like my first major role after Goal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Why was it memorable for you, or why did you like that?
I like that because for many reasons. The doctor reason, I think it was very well written.
Okay.
By my co-stars and everybody, the director was really good. I like his process, and I like the way he directed me. My co-actors, and I eventually I rekindled my friendship with my ex-girlfriend.
Okay.
I say ex-girlfriend because she's now my wife.
On the show itself.
On the show itself.
Yeah, okay.
So we were friends for 12 years prior to that show, and we've never really worked on anything.
Okay.
We've been friends since NAFA. We were schoolmates in NAFA.
Okay.
Yeah. And for 12 years, and then we worked together on this project, and then we were like, oh, okay. And then things happened, and next thing I know, we're married. So.
Right. So you got together with her right from that show onwards, right?
Yeah,
Because
after that show.
Yeah, nice. Introduce her to our listeners because she's a star as well. She's a celebrity.
She is the celebrity, not me.
Nah, come on. No. But seriously, what? Tell us her name.
Nitya Rao. Everybody might know her from Vasantham.
Yes. She is now acting in a latest drama,
in
right?
a drama.
Right.
It's going. It's airing on Vasantham now.
Yeah, Nitya Rao. Shout out to you. You're hosting gigs. Now talk about NDP.
Mm-hmm.
What was the feeling like? That must be great, right? I mean, hosting the National Day Parade.
NDP is always an amazing experience, a tiring one, a very tiring experience because we start really early in the year, somewhere in June actually, like the second or third week of June.
Yeah.
But it goes on and on and on until we hit, every Saturday, all your Saturdays are burned, long hours, a lot of rewrites for the script, so memorizing and everything and being out there. It helps that I don't have stage fright.
Yes, of course.
So when I go out, I'm not afraid. I just do it. But there's so many things that have to come together for NDP to happen, and it's amazing. It's an amazing process. I think as a Singaporean, I'm quite patriotic, and I think that the feeling that you get, the honor that you get to host NDP is.
That is done live on the ground itself, and you did it in English and Tamil?
No, only English.
Only in English.
Yeah, so in English. I did it in 2008.
Yeah.
2014, 15, 16.
Right.
18, 19. So I did it 6 times.
6 times, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
And you did the one in 2015 as well?
Yes, 15 SG50.
Was that your...
Most memorable, because it was SG50.
Yes.
It was at the Padang.
Okay.
It was my first, I think it was my first one. No, it was the second one at the Padang.
Okay.
But it was memorable because it was SG50. I think it
Yeah.
just added a whole new dimension to it. The feeling was different. Standing in front, in my best moment, every single year, and every single time I do it, is singing the national anthem and looking at the flag. I always cry.
Always?
Always, every single. I always tell myself, okay, next year I'm not gonna cry. Don't be a baby, come on. So, I always tell myself, soak in the moment. Look at something else. I'll think about, like you don't know if you're gonna get this chance again. So I was like, soak in the moment, soak in the atmosphere. Don't just wander off. But every time the national anthem happens and I see the flag and everything, I'm like, wow.
With your fist on your chest as well.
I'm like, wow, yeah.
I can imagine, right? It's just like when, for example, you're an athlete.
Yeah, and you hear the song before you compete.
It's different, isn't it?
Different.
As to when you're in school and you're doing it every single day.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's very different.
Nice. I just wanted to ask you, but then I think I already know what's the answer. Hosting or performing? Yeah. It's a no-brainer. Let's go on to theatre, right?
Yes.
Because I think you obviously started from there with Hamlet, and is that your first love?
Always will.
Theatre, right?
Yeah.
Nice. What is it about theatre that you love most?
I think the being present. I mean, you got to be present even when you're shooting in front of a camera, but just being live, it makes you feel alive. And you work so hard, months, to get the show together. And when you go in, the instant gratification that you get when you feel the energy from the audience, you don't get that when you're in front of a camera.
Correct.
When someone laughs, when you are taking them through an emotional journey, I always believe that you must make them feel something. Whatever they feel is theirs to feel, but they must feel something. You must make them. You must make them feel. Bring them through this emotional journey that you've created, that you worked so hard on. So it's just the rehearsal process and the performance, the actual performance. Nothing can compare. The amazing feeling. Nothing.
What? How and what you just described, right? And because I'm here sitting opposite you, and I'm looking at you, and I'm feeling it, right?
Yeah.
It just makes me want to act like you're just going out. It's wonderful. What you just said, like especially the first part, like when you're performing live, you
feel alive.
You feel that is
yeah.
That is so beautiful to hear. It's nice. But how about mistakes?
Oh, many.
Because it's live.
It's live,
right?
Yes.
But have you made like something that's like really so obvious that?
No, actually, I don't know. I don't think I've made a mistake that has been really obvious to a point that people, oh no,
Can tell, yeah?
he's making a mistake. No,
Okay.
because
You're a
we're
professional.
We're trained to
Yeah,
to,
yeah.
to not make it. No, they will only know it's a mistake if you really show. If you stop and you're like, I'm sorry. But if you just go and you make things work. As in theater, we are taught to make things work. Make it work.
Can your other co-stars jump in like you stuck you?
Yeah, to save you. Yes.
Yeah,
We do that all the time. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
This is something I learned. You know, it's something it's new to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's of all the roles you played,
Mhm.
which was your favorite?
In theater?
Yeah, in theater.
Oh, two roles.
Okay.
Othello,
Yeah.
being one.
Yep.
Shakespeare, amazing.
Right.
And Harish Sharma's Off Center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh, the character Vinod. I think I feel, it's my personal opinion, I feel it's one of the best, if not the best, piece of work written by a local playwright.
Right.
The character is so well written
Okay.
that it eats your soul when you perform it. Like you cannot, you know, as actors, you know, sometimes we wing it. You know, sometimes you can wing it. You know that
Okay.
you can smoke your way through sometimes
Okay.
if you know you're not to it.
Okay.
And I have to admit there are times when, a lot of times that I've winged certain things. I've like just when
Okay.
you got technique, it's like skill. It's like Ronaldo, right?
Yeah.
If you don't have technique, if you don't know how to play the game, there's no point doing the flicks and tricks and everything. You must know how to play the game.
Yeah.
So and that is your additional bag of tricks that you have.
Yes.
So that's the skill set.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there are 11 other players. What's replaced Ronaldo from the
Yeah.
10 other players?
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's the thing. You just sometimes you just have to you win it and everything. But with this character Vinod, you cannot do that. If you do that, it's an injustice to the script,
Right.
to the character, and it's not possible because it's one of those things where you cannot play him surface.
Okay.
If you do right, it's not even possible to
Okay.
do that. Yeah.
What is his character like?
The character suffers from schizophrenia.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's a play is about.
So you are Vinod in the show.
Yeah, I play Vinod.
Right.
Sure. So the play is about mental health.
Okay.
And that's why it's called Off Center.
Okay.
Yeah. It's about mental health, about these two characters, Vinod and Saloma, who both have mental health issues, and how they journey together, they fall in love, they journey together, and how important human empathy
Okay.
is. Yeah.
I can also understand why you can't wing it, right?
Yeah.
It's
you
it's
can't wing it.
it's tough
it's
to
tough. It's
to
intense.
play a role like that, and it's like even when you're not acting,
Yeah.
you feel like you're.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, and I'm someone who, because of who I am as a person, I don't believe in, once I get into the character, I cannot shake it off. I've never believed in
Okay.
that. Because I feel that you must have an escape route.
Right.
You must know how to separate
Yeah.
things. And you must be, when you're done, you got to process. I'm done, okay, I'm going to let this go, I'm going to go back home.
But how about the preparation stage? Like when you are preparing for it, when you're out of
Yeah.
stage,
Yeah.
did you have to play or try to play that role as well? Like outside?
No.
No?
So
because we know, right, of actors who do
yeah,
that.
who do that? Yeah, like method acting.
Yes.
Really going into it. No.
Yeah.
I so that's why I see. I don't be. I'm not say I don't believe. It works for some people. I don't subscribe to it. Will I ever? Maybe in future if it calls for it.
Yeah.
But so with this character, the process. I was also going through a very tough period in my life personally.
Okay.
In the process of doing the play, the rehearsal process. So I was the character, that everything. So I was able to go in, but it was also very difficult,
Yeah.
And it was difficult to come out of it, not feeling affected by
Okay.
the life of this character.
Right.
So that was it took me. I never, normally when I thank everybody on social media, thank you for. This is one play that I never got into social media. I didn't thank anybody. I thanked the people personally, but I didn't go. Now I'm over. I'm done with this play. Looking forward to the next one. I didn't do anything like that because I didn't want to. Because not because the play was bad. It was amazing. Right. It was the best experience I've ever had.
Okay.
It's just. It was very personal.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. It's interesting that you're the second person who said that you don't subscribe to method acting. The other one was Siva Kumar. I did manage to get him on the show, and he said, he doesn't subscribe to that as well. So that's interesting. Now, from a little bit of a dark place there, let's get a little bit lighthearted, right? Again, you once said this, right? You once said that I think you were butt naked on stage, and you said that there was this lady who was in the front row who saw your package, and she said that was great. She wasn't complaining, right? What the hell was that all about?
That was for Full Monty. So
right.
Okay, so I've only gotten naked on stage, like full butt naked on stage twice. One was for Off Center,
okay,
and the other was for Full Monty. And I feel that if getting naked it shouldn't be taken very lightly. You should only do it when and if there's a necessity for it. So that it's more poignant that way. So Full Monty, obviously. The process of these characters.
It's a necessity.
It's a necessity.
Yes.
So it was an amazing play. It was Pandemonium's first play. Okay. We were supposed to do it this year, but COVID kind of threw the spanners in the plans. But hopefully we can do it sometime soon. Hopefully, right. If things happen, turn out well. Full Monty. So the ending number we strip, and we do strip. Completely naked, but there's a light that blinds you, so you can't really see unless you see it like strategically.
Blinds the audience.
Yeah, blinds the audience
for a while.
For a while, so you can't see that.
Okay.
And then it's lights out, and then we go. So that's how we safeguard ourselves.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I guess this lady saw certain things.
Right.
And
she wasn't blinded.
And she wasn't blinded. And she said, I think she said it in a newspaper. It was not wrong. so it came out in a newspaper.
Wow.
I saw Ebi's package and it was worth my money.
And it was worth my money. Yes.
And I was in NS at that point of time. I was in my last year in NS.
Right.
So my ma'am, who was my delegate in charge, I guess she read that article.
Okay.
And she took the mickey out of me.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. So now we know, listeners. But listen, you must be really confident to do this. Like, because you are with your other actors and directors, and there's not one or two people in the show, right? You must be very confident, and we'll just leave it like it's
actually for Monty, right? The rehearsal process and everything, we didn't really. I mean, we would have to strip.
Yeah.
But we never went naked in the rehearsal process.
Yeah.
It was only when we went on stage then we tried it, and whatever not. But for Off Center, every single day, and it's more intimate because it was in a black box.
Okay.
I had to strip naked every single day, and I'm facing my co-actors, so the audience see my back. And, and it's proper lighting and everything. And they see me butt naked,
right,
and my co-actors, who I'm standing in front, because 5 people, see me naked every single day, and there were like four girls in it, and they just saw me naked every single day. We become close friends after that, because they've seen everything.
Right. So, why not? Just be friends. Now, I also found this thing out, right, about you. Not you. Like, you guys do the weirdest of things sometimes as co-stars.
As actors on stage, yes, we do. We're naughty people.
And on stage and while acting live as well.
Yeah.
tell us about this coin passing thing. This is interesting.
How did you find that out?
Come on, man, I'm a stalker.
Oh my God.
No, but this is really fun. This is something that I would do, like come up with, hey, come on, $50, let's do this.
So what we do is, oh my God, I shouldn't even be telling this, but yeah. So what we do is, we have a long run, right?
Yeah.
Like 30 shows, 20, 35 shows, that kind of thing. So we get into the groove and everything. So then we like want to up the stakes. We say, okay, you know what? We're gonna play the game. We call it the game, the coin game. So when people hear the coin game, they're like, oh shit. So I've only lost the coin game once.
Who came up with this? Must be you.
I don't know. I don't think it's me.
You sure?
I don't think it's me.
All right.
I can't remember who it was.
Okay.
So we have to pass this coin.
Right.
10 cents or whatever amount, 50 cents, whatever it is. I think 10 cents is the smallest. So to the co-actor, whoever who's on stage, without breaking the scene, without changing the scene, with the emotion. So so you're upping the stakes. So you cannot just go and give, you have to, you cannot, because we're still working, right? You still have to maintain your place in this universe that has been created. So you have to do that, and we do that. And the person who ends up with the coin, the last person to end up with the coin after curtain call, has to forfeit, blanja everybody.
Have you lost?
Once.
Really?
Yeah, once. I ended up with the coin and I'm like, shit, I can't do anything. And I'm bowing and so yeah.
Wow, that takes skill as well.
Yeah, it takes a lot of skill. So yeah.
And the smaller the coin, the worse it is.
The worse it is. It's terrible. Sometimes some people are terrible. I tell you, some of our co-actors, we're naughty and we're terrible. And the moments that they choose to pass the coin to you, and then you're like.
And wait, does any of your directors know this?
Yes.
They know?
All our directors know.
Okay.
And they come and like, wow, why you do that? I'm like, okay.
Wow, that is fun. And that's interesting, and like I said, that is something that I would like, subscribe to. Wonderful. Nice. Okay, what is your role right now in Ravindran Drama Group?
Oh, I've left.
You left?
Yes, I left.
Okay.
I left in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to be the co-artistic director.
Okay.
So there were two artistic directors, and then just planning out their season and executing some of the administrational stuff. And I directed a couple of shows with them as a theatre director.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not a director. I just dabbled in it.
Yeah, it's a good place to start as well, right? Yeah, it's a good place to start.
I'm not with them anymore, only because I felt like I wanted to. I did start. I mean, it was not my full-time job.
Okay.
I was still performing. That was kind of like a side gig, helping a friend, and everything. But I decided that I wanted to fully focus on my own career. So I said, I think I want to take a back seat because they were taking too much of my time.
Right. Since you said that, so tell the listeners, what's your full-time job exactly, right? It's
right now.
Yes.
My full-time job is Kin on Channel 5.
Okay.
So I am a full-time actor.
Are you like contracted to fly? Or?
Yes, I'm contracted to fly. So I'm a fly artist.
Okay.
So Fly Entertainment, they manage me. They manage my career.
Okay.
So they get me jobs. They manage jobs that come in for me, so they are my managers. So I'm signed with them as a talent, as an artist. No, I'm not a talent. I'm an artist there. Okay. Then and right now my full time. So Fly Entertainment manages me, but obviously they have to kind of get me the projects that I do, right?
Okay.
So right now my full-time
Do you have
project,
a say, like, let's say, this is interesting to me at least, right? If something comes up and the thing goes to Fly, do you have the last say? Say no, I don't want to do
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
They are always.
Okay.
No matter what job it is,
Right.
they always give me, even if they are not. If they feel like, no, it's not the best thing for you to do, but if I really want to do it, they will say, okay, sure, no problem.
Right.
So I make the final call and everything.
Okay.
So yeah.
Right, nice.
So yeah, my full-time project now is Kin on Channel 5.
It's a good seg, isn't it? Right to Kin.
Yeah.
Kin. How has the experience been? I think right now it is definitely one of the most popular shows on Five. It is popular, I know, because I always tell my two kids 8:30 is Papa's time.
So you watch it?
I watch it. 8:30 is Papa's time, and say, oh, okay. Seriously, I watch it, and I know of people. My cousin even, he watches it on Monday.
Yeah,
He watches all five.
watch, yeah.
He watches all five
A lot
on
of
Me
people
Watch.
do
Right?
that. A lot of
Right.
people
So, yes, listeners, I do watch Kin, and I'm so happy to say that as well. Now, how has it been?
Kin honestly has been amazing. It's an entirely different experience because I'm used to rehearsal processes, right? I'm
okay.
used to long rehearsal processes. So when I've done TV shows that only lasted, say, maximum the one we do stuff from Vasantham, it's 40 episodes, and then the other ones on the Channel 5 and everything is lasted only for like 13 episodes and everything. It's a really short project, relatively short project that don't go longer than 3 months. So Kin, it's a massive commitment. It's like a long theatre play that it's like if you got a gig on West End or Broadway, where you have to, like, if you're doing a musical and you have to do it for like a year, a year's contract. So I take it like that, and it's been amazing because I have not worked so extensively in front of a camera before this, and I've learned so much being in front of the camera, and I'm me being me. I'm always seeing what the directors do. Oh, okay, and how they work, how the DOP, the director of photography, works and everything, and how they plan the shots. So I'm always learning, and it's fun because you're always learning new things, and the character is fun. Kenneth Bala is a fun character, very nice trajectory. It's you know why it's beautiful, because it's unpredictable. So honestly, a lot of people think that we know what's going to happen in Kin. People always come and ask, like, oh, what's going to happen? The truth is, we don't know.
Even the actors don't.
We don't know because the story team has to plan the story and tell us.
Okay.
So we don't know the curve, the arc, the trajectory, what's going to happen. So we are just building the character, and when we comes in, we edit. So it's just layers that we keep adding, and then when we add some layers, if we want to subtract some things, we subtract. As actors, we're just playing around with it, and it keeps us fresh also. It's such a long process, right?
Just one question. Now, for example, today's show on today's episode rather. How long ago was this shot?
About 3 months ago. 2 to 3 months ago.
Okay. So now I can imagine. And another question is, has it gone past Tanglin in terms of the number of episodes?
No, not yet.
Not yet?
I think
it probably will.
No, I don't know. You see, even then, I don't know too.
How long was Tanglin?
Tanglin went for 800 episodes, if I'm not wrong.
And you guys are now?
Kin, okay. Right now, what's on air, I think it's about 480.
Halfway. Okay, still a long way to go.
No,
but
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. You never know.
Yes.
We might hit, we might not, we might surpass.
True.
Never know.
True. Your role as Kenneth, or Kenneth. How similar is that to yourself?
Actually, it's everybody keeps. I think when people first see me now, when they see me outside, they're like, people. Oh my!
They call you Kenneth.
They call me Kenneth Bala. They call me Kenneth. Hey, Kenneth. So many people call me Kenneth, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, fantastic, because the character has reached out to them. And then they see me, and then they're like, obviously, first they congratulate me, tell me about the praises and everything, and then they're like, you're not like your character, huh? I'm like, yeah, because it's a character I play. I guess the goofiness, the sometimes being really like childlike in his approach. Sometimes I think I can relate to that. I think games for sure, but not to the extent of Kenneth, because Kenneth Bala is a proper gamer. He's a developer, he's a gamer. I'm not that.
Okay.
I play certain games only. I'm a console person. I'm a PS. I have some games that I like. I'm a winning 11 person. PES. Pro Evolution Soccer. Whoever plays Pro Evolution Soccer. And I'm a football manager. That's my addiction. Oh my god, I'm addicted to football manager. I have always been addicted since I was a kid. I used to play championship.
You used to be championship manager, right?
That was amazing. I still have a championship manager. I still have championship manager 90, 97, 98.
Lovely.
in my computer. My wife hates me for that. She hates that. She's like, don't play your computer. It's like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll put it away. Just give me a moment.
It is always so good to see the lights flashing with a goal. That
Yeah.
you just gotta go and yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there always has to be an entry point. That's what we always say as actors, you know.
Okay.
There has to be an entry point to the character. You have to have some similarities if you want to enter a character, so that you can then color it the way you want to color it. So I think Kenneth and me are fun. I think I'm fun people.
Yeah, he seems laid back as well.
Yeah, laid back, can be boring at times too, like lazy. You know, I can tend to become quite lazy at times.
All right.
But yeah, I think, and all the other things that come with Kenneth, I just play. I just have fun and play and do crazy things. I honestly just take Kenneth by.
And it's a fun role as well, isn't it? Like with the kids, he dealing with the kids.
Him dealing with the kids and everything, and then obviously the arc where for those who have not watched it, please go and watch it right now.
Go watch it.
But for those who have watched it, they know that Diana and him, what happens to Diana. So that arc, that point when that growth that he had to hit that point, and what happened there. It's an amazing. Honest truth is, it's an amazing character, and I've enjoyed every single minute playing it.
And your other co-stars, I'm sure you've gotten so close to them, the bond, because
for sure you work with these people every day of the day.
Any interesting characters, as in
real life?
Yeah, in real life, on these guys.
A lot of us have already known each other
before
we've gone through the project. Not all, but me personally, I've worked with Charlie, who plays Matthew, and Maxi, who plays Ahok. We've worked on a musical together actually. Our Boys to Men, the musical. Right. So we know each other's working style, the energy and everything. Charlie, Maxi, and then Carla and me, because I've known Carla, who plays Ananya. Yeah. From school days, we were she was in the cell. We were both from theatre school.
Right.
And under Fly and everything. Right. So I've known Carla. I've known Bridget plays oh my god, why is it slipping me now? How can it slip me? Who plays Celia. Celia. She plays Celia. Yeah. She was in that musical Cinderella with me when I was 15. Wow. So she is the one who's seen me. She's seen me grow. Lovely. So yeah, if anyone has seen me grow, it's her. Okay. Bridget, and then Aaron Khalid, who plays Lewis. Yeah, we've worked together in theatre. All theatre practitioners. So all these people I mentioned, with the exception of Charlie and Maxi, are theatre practitioners who have been part of the theatre scene, and I've worked with. Hashisha, who plays my daughter now. Okay. Who plays Nina, the older Nina. Yeah, the older Nina. Was one of the actors who I directed when I was in RDG. Okay. Yeah, so I a lot of people who I've worked with, and it helps.
Aaron, by the way, who plays Louis, right? I follow his TikTok. He's a dancer, isn't he?
He is.
And that group, that they always have the same group of dancers on TikTok.
On TikTok, yes. His Bridget, who plays his mom. Yeah. You have Rachel. Yes. Rachel one. Yes. And then who's there? Who else always does it with him?
The mom. The other mom.
Yes. Jessica Shelley, the person who plays Jessica Shelley, right? Yes, yeah. Sue Tan.
Right.
Yeah.
It's interesting, you're just looking at the show and stuff.
Aaron is a fantastic musician, by the way.
Yeah. As in
singer, musician.
Wow.
He's an amazing musician, amazing dancer.
Yeah, we get him on the show next.
Yeah, he should.
Quick answers on the show.
Oh.
Favorite co-star?
Carla.
Why?
Best friends.
Funniest co-star?
Jason Godfrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Why?
He's just funny. He's one of those funny guys, Yeah.
Best dressed?
Best dressed, Sophia Dendroff.
Okay. Worst dressed?
Me.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Other than you?
As a character or in real life?
Not in character, but
real
in
life.
Real life.
Me. And worst dressed. Ooh. No, I think it's just me.
Yeah.
I always come in my flip flops.
Yes.
Okay, maybe me and Charlie because we always in
Okay.
Bermudas and
Right.
soccer jerseys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Most talented co-star?
Most talented co-star,
Your opinion.
Johnny.
Who's?
He plays Charles.
Okay.
Quinn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Given a chance, whose role would you swap for in the show?
In the show?
Yeah.
Shira.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why?
I think the character is very layered, very nuanced. Everybody saw her as a bad person, and now they realize that actually, hey, the person is just being human, very human character.
Great.
Yeah.
Right. You were a Pink Dot ambassador once.
Yes.
Which year was this, or was it only 1 year, or
Only 1 year.
which year was this?
I think it was in 2017, if I was not wrong.
Quite recent as
Yeah,
well.
2017.
Now, that was a beautiful message that you sent out, and I read it. And what was it? What did you want to, what was the message really?
It was just basically no one should be discriminated for the way they love. I think love is a beautiful thing.
Right.
And I just feel that if someone wants to show or express their love a certain way, they should be allowed to.
Right.
And I think how someone chooses to love should not define everything else in their life.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah.
Beautiful message. You once said toughest challenge in this industry is to be relevant, and I think you said this before. Just
now.
Yeah. What is it that you were trying to get at in terms of the being relevant?
Being relevant for me is just keeping up with times, like TikTok. Say I struggle with being relevant sometimes because I'm not.
You're talking about technology.
Yeah, but being change is the only thing that's constant, right? And if you don't adapt to change, you then you're no longer relevant. Like I had a Nokia phone,
which is not a bad thing.
Which is not a bad thing.
We all had that.
We all had Nokia phones. But now can you see anybody with Nokia phones? Because we change with times.
Yeah.
You got to keep. Yes, I have an iPhone.
Yeah.
No, you got to keep with times. No slack on Nokia, but it's just that people, if you don't up your game, sometimes people just overtake you.
So in acting, how is that? Put it into perspective.
For acting.
Yeah.
Okay, for acting, I think just being relevant with times more than technology. I think with times. Okay, I'm taking acting not as an artist. It's just solely just acting as a craft.
Yeah. Right.
If you act the same way, or if you approach the character the same way that you've always been doing it, then there shows no growth.
Okay.
And eventually, you will become dated. Like very, 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 very plainly, take theater for example. How you did theater in the 1960s, 70s, 80s is not the same as how we do theater now. Things will change. Even the approaches to some classical texts like Shakespeare, people don't perform it the same way. They say the same exact words, but the way it's performed, the way it's expressed is very different.
Okay.
Same thing with I don't know how many people know actors like Marlon Brando or Sivaji Ganesan for that.
Right.
So let's take Sivaji Ganesan for that for example. He's been acting. He's no longer around. But when he started acting the black and white films, he was so different. Very the movements. And then you see him acting in a movie like David Magan, for example.
Yes.
You don't see that acting there because it is different.
Because at that time you needed that kind of
thing. So you got to constantly understand your relevancy in wherever you are maneuvering in. As an artist, the digital age is upon us.
Right.
I'm struggling with that.
Right.
Because now it's not about being an artist is not just about being on theater and on TV. It's about being on your social platforms too. Now your TikTok comes into play. Showing your talent, showcasing your talent on YouTube, showcasing your talent on Instagram, showcasing your talent on like Facebook Live. All these kind of things. So
it's pretty scary, isn't it?
It's scary because it makes the world so small. But at the same time,
right,
if you You don't need to. It defies convention and it breaks convention because you don't have to go to Hollywood to become a star anymore. You can be a star here at home, right at home in Singapore.
You have seen YouTube stars just being rich doing that.
Yeah.
It's weird and it's.
I mean the monetary aspect aside, the reach that they get.
Right.
You know, you don't have to be in the movies to be a star. So, as an actor and as an artist, I think the digital age is upon us, and I feel that I'm constantly grappling with that because I tend to be a little bit old school in that, like, you're only as good as your last work, which is the truth, and I think that will always be
That's true.
Relevant forever. You are only as good as your last work. But that said, it doesn't mean that you cannot explore different avenues.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm struggling with that because I'm like, you know, like, I don't have time to do TikTok.
And I don't have to do this.
And I don't have to do that. And I don't have to do an Insta video. You know, because that's not me.
Yeah.
I don't have to do this. I don't have to, you know, get traction on TikTok or do Insta or try to see if I can get more Instagram followers.
Right.
I don't. That's not who I am.
Right.
But
you may have to do that.
I may have to do that, and I should tweak my perspective to seeing it as I don't have to. How can this help me? How can I learn from this? What can I do that piques my interest and makes me want to still do that?
I'm sure you know Gary V, right? He's always saying that you got to go on this, you got to go on this, you got to go on TikTok because TikTok was new, and then just crazy like that. And I get what you mean. It's the fear as well of losing out if you don't do it.
Yeah.
Your personal philosophy was inspired by your mom again.
Yes.
Right? Dream big, believe, and not wish.
Yeah.
Explain.
My mom always says, and still today she says, my mom is my harshest critic. I can do something really good and she'll be like, oh, it's okay. You know, why you do it like that? You know, my mom's always like that. Why you do like that? Like, so yeah, very very difficult to please my mom sometimes. But I know she's very proud of me.
Yeah.
But my mom always said this growing up. You know, think big as you think you become. Dream big as you dream you become. If you don't dream and set goals to achieve your dreams, you will always just be where you are. If you don't align yourself with the right mentality, you will not have the right people in your life who will then help you in this journey, because you will just be comfortable with being here, being with the same people they've always been with, not expanding your horizons. So my mom has always said that, think big, think as you think you become, as you dream you become. The other one was what you believe in is stronger than what you wish for. That is something that's me.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
So you can believe, you can wish for a lot of things, but if you don't believe that you can achieve it, then nobody's going to believe in you.
Right.
Nobody's going to believe in you because you wish it. Because you've wished, I wish I can do this, I wish I can do that. Because, sometimes as dreamers, as artists, sometimes, we dream a lot, I want to do this, I want to do this. And you dream, you're dreaming, and you wish for so many things, but you don't believe, you don't have that innate belief that I can achieve it, then you're never going to achieve it.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you don't believe in yourself, nobody's going to believe in you.
Right. In 5 years from now, take away kin, of course. Let's assume that kin's over and stuff like that. Where do you see yourself? What do you want to achieve for? You talk about your dreams and your beliefs and stuff like that. What is in store for Ebi in the next 5 years or so, or in the future?
What's in store for Ebi, I don't know.
Yeah.
But what I want is I've always wanted to go. I've always wanted to be in a movie. I've always wanted to go to America and see what I can do, what I can achieve.
Nice.
Yeah, but now, like I said, the world has become so small with technology. I don't have to necessarily go to America to become, to be in a movie or to be in a project where I feel like, wow,
Okay.
So I think in 5 years I would have liked to have done some works that the general audience in the world, like everyone worldwide, can see maybe something on Netflix or on another streaming platform, something where I have put my talent out beyond Singapore.
Nice.
So hopefully in 5 years I've achieved that.
I wish you get there,
Yeah.
Ebi.
you.
Truly, wishing you the best. And before we leave, any advice for budding actors
For budding actors,
or performers? Because you
Performers.
are a performer.
I think for any artist, I always tell them what I said just now. Believe in your ability. You have to believe in your ability. If you don't believe in your own ability, nobody else is going to believe in it. Okay, that's the first things first. First things first. Second thing I always say is sometimes you might not achieve certain things that you set out to. It doesn't mean that you are not good at it. Sometimes you just have to tweak and realign certain things that you can still be in that same zone. Like you see, I always refer a lot of my life lessons back to football.
Okay.
Because that's something that that's always, besides acting, that is the next thing that's always on my mind.
Okay. Nice to know.
So, if you're done with football, or if you don't make it as a footballer, it doesn't mean you have to stop and walk away. If you still have that love and passion for it, you can become a fitness instructor.
Yeah.
You can become a fitness coach. You can become a football coach. You can eventually become a manager. Or if you're good at mathematics, which I'm not, you can you can go into the administrational side
Right.
of football. There's so many things that you can do still within the world, and you might actually be really good at that.
Right.
So I always tell young artists, if you don't make it as an actor, or if you feel that you've not made it as an actor, there's so many other avenues in the arts that you can, go to. You can become an arts administrator, an arts educator, or if you're not an actor, you can become a director. Maybe you are a better playwright. So don't just be so fixated on one thing. If you don't try something else, you never know. And if all of this don't work out for you, then eventually you take it humbly and you move on to the next phase in life. That's
Nice.
what you have to do.
Nice. Because, like what you said, I think the industry is huge. That there is a place for anybody who wants to get in there and do it.
You must have the love for it first and foremost.
Right. Well, Mr. Ebi Shankara, thank you for being on the Silverfox Hustle podcast. I think there's been many lessons learned along the way, together with the stories, the wonderful stories, and the quotes, and absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much, Ebi. I hope to see you achieve your goals in the near future, probably with a few little Ebis running around in the future. Thank you so much, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
My friend.